Now it is time to seriously get down. We have finally gotten in the Figuarts War Machine and Iron Man. These are from the Iron Man 2 line, of course. Super highly anticipated figures, especially for me. I mean, I love the Iron Man 2, basically because of War Machine. I really love War Machine. But these figures they look amazing. You know, Figuarts has become like my top line to collect now, and just so happens, bam, they're gonna start doing Marvel movie figures. Now my hope is that they eventually move into comic series, and that can just be mind-blowing right there. I mean, just that would be epic. But you can see the packaging similar to all Figuarts style. Everything is vanilla posed, of course, in the packaging, so you don't have any worry about them getting warped or anything like that. You can see all the different effects they come with. I mean, here's the back of the box too. You can see, I mean, look at that. That's just great. One of the key things is, like my man Darius has told me, he's like, everything that a figure can do in the movie or comics, or the character, I should say, if they can do in the movies or comics, then the figure should do that too. And just adding all these effects in there really puts a staple to that. I mean, that's just great. But all right, enough talking. We got to get into these things. Okay, well, we got the clamshell open. Here goes all the accessories it comes with. Many interchangeable parts, different hands. There's the effects, some for the weapon firing, others for flight. Got his, his guns and all that. There goes the thing for the ex-wife. It's rocket launchers, a Gatling gun. Of course, Iron Man. It's got the repulsor blast, flight effects, interchangeable hands. I mean, what doesn't this figure come with? Simply amazing. All right, we got War Machine and Iron Man out of packaging, and I'm just blown away by these figures. These are just two of the nicest figures that I own, in the 6-inch scale. I mean, these things came out just beautifully done. The craftsmanship that went into this is just perfect. I mean, these things are just so damn great. You can see the sculpt on them is so nice. The paint work on these things are absolutely phenomenal. You see Iron Man. He's got this nice kind of glossy finish. I mean, he just shines. The gold on him is real clean. I mean, everything just about this figure just glows. Take a real close look. You can see the arc reactor in there, nicely sculpted inside. And just look at the paint all around him. See all the sparkles on him? That just really gives it a nice pop. Even in the gold right there. I don't know if the camera can pick it up too well, but there's a nice amount of like shimmer in there. It's just so damn vibrant. I mean, the paint just goes on and on through this thing. Alright, now when it comes to Iron Man, he's got all the basic stuff that you really want, in an Iron Man figure. He's got interchangeable parts. He's also got different things like these can come off, and then you'll have his kind of air brakes on him, but you have to attach these on. Yeah, I'll get them out later. Also, these come up. It's kind of hard to get to them at times. There we go. Got to kind of pry them off a little bit. So yeah, you would take off the extra one, put the new one on, and you see it goes at an angle so you can see the actual pistons and stuff in there. So just like that. There's the extra piece you would put on, and it stays flat. So that's cool that they did that. It'd be I think it'd be better if it was able to pose up by itself, but I can see an issue if it were to break or something. So that's kind of good that they included interchangeable ones. He also has different interchangeable hands. Like you see these two, these are the open palms. Now this one is made for kind of as he would hold his hand outward more for a blast. And then this one is more of a relaxed look, which I'll put those on later on. You can definitely get a better look at them. Alright, so I put the two different hands on. As you can see, the one which you would use for the repulsor blast, and then the other one is just more of a, like I said, a vanilla pose, relaxed look. You see how angled up this one is more compared to that one. So that's how you can get them into that great blast. And these things, like I said, are articulated. You have to take them off and put them on the other one. It's if you want to. You can have them off. It's however you choose to. I like it on because it shows, let's take this off. See, it shows that little piece right there. So I think it looks better with these things on. It's however you want to display them. But you can see the angle is just perfect for that blast effect, which a lot of Iron Man figures can't utilize that look at times. And then it just goes just like that. And you got all kinds of different ones to utilize. These are the shorter ones. I've seen in the box design that it's more used for like a flight, but you know, it's your figure, you can do whatever you want with it. And then of course you have the other effects that come along. These go on the bottom of the feet for that nice flight. You can see it's a nice transparent plastic. Paint on there is great. I mean, it's so nice that they included these things. I mean, that's more for your dollar. Of course, there goes the other smaller one. And then these longer ones, I believe they're more for the blast effect. You know, it's a nice, it's real thin plastic, so I'd be careful putting it on. You don't want to actually break these things. It is really flimsy right here. See, it's not posable, but it's got some wiggle room in there. So just be careful when you insert these things on. So, and these all, like I said, they're all the same kind of material. It's just however you want to display them. That's what. So here goes the look. Got him all on his flight kind of gear going on. He's coming down for a landing. Probably have to fix that up a little better. The one thing that this figure did not come with is a stand, which is weird because they have been given a lot of stands with their Figuarts figures, which is like I said, it's strange that this one did not come with the stands, but I got plenty of other stands to utilize. So that is kind of a bummer, but at the same time, you're not going to get heartbroken over it. Now the selling point on these figures, I think, is definitely articulation. See, Iron Man, his head is on a ball joint, so it can pop off real easy, and you can add, you know, other heads to him if you want. But he's got a neck joint in there, which allows it to move on its own. So it's got a nice neck movement, and then of course the head movement goes along with it, so you can get him in a nice flying pose. You can see right there he's able to take off. I mean, that's just excellent, being able to do that. That's what we like in our figures, being able to have the illusion of flight. And then of course he's got shoulder articulation, can go up, of course. If you can actually move the shoulder so you can actually get more range of motion, so his arms can go out really damn far. I mean, that's impressive. You'd like your figures to be able to do something like that in that regards. So you get all kinds of extra range of motion with these figures. It's got a bicep swivel, double jointed elbows, which is also nice because this separate elbow piece can actually move. So however you want to display them, you can actually hide that joint right there. So that's cool that they definitely included that. And of course his wrists are removable. And these things, these flaps, they have their own little hinge on them. So just like that, you can get more range of motion. Like I said, the other hand is for that movement, which I'll put on later. You can see. Of course, he's got a diaphragm joint. Also has a great ab crunch. I mean, this is how far down he can go with that motion, which is really cool because a lot of Figuarts don't have that particular range, so that's really good. Of course, it can swivel. It's got swivel at the waist. Again, all that range of motion. It's got his legs go out really damn far, so that's pretty cool. He also has that kind of extended joint where you can pull his legs out even more. It's got a thigh swivel. What's good about this is that there's a lot of space in here, so you don't have to worry about paint rub and all that. He's got double jointed knees, of course. Excellent, excellent. No shin rotation. You're probably not going to get that because he is in an armored suit. Does have ankle movement up and down, and it does have a pivot, a very good pivot at that, which is something that the War Machine does not have. Oh, and his legs can go out about that far, but if you do the extend, they can go out further. So again, excellent range of motion with the articulation. Alright, let's take a little closer look at War Machine. Like I said, he's got basically the same articulation as the Iron Man. He's got his own effects and all that stuff. He actually has more effects in a way. It's where he's got, of course, these firing effects. It goes to one for his Gatling gun. And then he's got the smaller ones, which are for his kind of wrist-mounted guns. Of course, they got that same kind of plastic, lighting effect. Also has, put him out of package later. He's got two of those kind of flight ones. He's got also separate areas to where you would attach these two smaller ones. And then, of course, he's got those big ones similar to the Iron Man figure. This is where they are back here. You pop these up, and that's where you insert those at. You also, these are removable, so you can take those out, and then you can insert these other ones in. Let's do that real quick. Get in there. And so then they would stay up like that. You don't actually need to do this. These other ones stay up pretty good when you have that effect in there. So these are them with just the regular ones on. You see they stay up pretty good on their own, but that's if you want to, you can take them off. And then you got the other ones on there, so it gives you that nice dynamic kind of flight. Of course, he wouldn't fly like this. And then these right here are removable. You got to kind of work with them to get them out. What I normally do is put his head down a little bit. He's got these kind of grippers right here, these two little notches. I kind of go like that, and then bam, comes right off. And then that's when you can insert. It's got a peg in there. Hole meets peg. Bam. And then you can utilize that look. Oops. That's what happens when you're not in the hole. There you go. And the same effect goes with that, which then you can put the ex-wife on. That just sounded totally wrong. Alright, articulation goes as follows. He's got, of course, the neck movement, which then his head can go really low. I mean, that's really impressive. He's got a separate neck joint, of course. He's got that movement and that. So he can look up pretty good. He's got a flight pose. Doesn't go as far back as the Iron Man figure, but of course you'd utilize his torso, and then you've got it. So again, impressive. He's got the same shoulder articulation as with Iron Man, so it's got that extra mobility. Double jointed elbows, of course. Now his hands, like I said, are removable. I've got the salute look going on. You can take these, you can take them off, but it's easier to pull these things off. They come right out, they go right back on, no problem whatsoever. They do have a little bit of mobility in them. Like I said, it's just easier to do that. I don't know if these come out, but why would I take them out? Of course, he's got the diaphragm joint, of course. He's got extra ab crunch in there too, so again, he can look down pretty far like that. So like I said, that's very impressive. He's got the waist articulation too. He's got that extra mobility in his leg, so you can get his feet to go up even higher. Beautiful. He's got a thigh swivel, double jointed knees, ankle movement, and toe articulation. I don't know if I showed that on Fireman Head that or not. I'll go back to that. but very impressive that they gave him the toe articulation. He's got the extra flap right here, so you can get even more range of motion with this foot. Like I said, it does not have an ankle pivot, which is a little bit of a letdown. Yeah, I was wondering that too, because these right here are movable. I mean, they got a little give to them, so you could have added the ankle articulation. But other than that, it's all good. Like I said, great range of motion. So, like I said, I don't know who I like more out of these figures. I will have to say probably Iron Man, just because, or Iron Man, just War Machine, just because I'm a huge fan of War Machine and he just looks good. I mean, look at those eyes. That just glows. Alright, so here he is with all his weapons on, just firing away, just like War Machine would do. I mean, these effects are just tremendous. I will have to say, I don't know if it was initially Hasbro which spawned all this. Not Hasbro, Toy Biz. Because remember, the Toy Biz one, the War Machine, had those great blast effects themselves. So, I don't know if that was, a nod to them with all these other figures, but these effects have come along in many different lines since then. It's like I said, it's always good to get more for your money. I forgot to go over articulation on this thing. You can see how the weapon mechanism works and stuff. It's got the bullets that go in. It is on. It's got articulation there. You can swing around. So you can get a lot of mobility in it. This part, of course, rotates too, so you can put it on either side you want. So it works great. There you go. You can put it right over his shoulder. You can go swing it around. Bam. Put it over there. I mean, however you want to do it. Just. All right. So here we got all the War Machine figures I own. Just like I said, this is the Figuarts one, Revoltech, and then the Hasbro movie figure. All these figures are dope. I mean, don't get me wrong, I can't say hardly too many bad things about either one of them. I just think the icing on the cake is the Figuarts one. Probably second would be the Revoltech, and then Hasbro one, just simply because the articulation is not as keen as these ones, and it does not have blast effects. It does have interchangeable hands, but it does not come with the effects like these other ones do. Which I'll probably do a picture of that later on, but whichever War Machine you want to get, hey, go for it. You're not going to get a bad one. I think you'd probably be paying more for the Figuarts one now. If you did not get this from the Japan release, then you're going to be hurt for the dollar wise. I mean, these figures go up in value. Even the Revoltech one, I think, is up there pretty good. So definitely whichever one you get. Alright, put the final verdict down on it. I think these figures are a must own. If you like the movie figures, if you like imports, this is right up your alley. Definitely try to look in Japan first before hitting up the American market, because these things are going to go really high in value. But Big Bad Toy Store does have them on pre-order, so definitely check them out. Like I said, they're probably about $70 each, which is a steep price, but I think these are well worth it for the articulation, paint, sculpt, effects, just all around fun factor is out of this world with these figures. They have a lot of weight to them, so these things are durable. They're gonna last. You're not gonna snap it right away. I mean, these things have a lot of give. Like I said, always be careful with your figures, but these things they're built to last. I mean, all my Figuarts that I own are in solid condition to this day, so definitely look into copping these. These are excellent